Going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Now We're Kicking Knowledge. Today, we're taking a look at everything you need to know when dating a Venus in Virgo. So, let's get into it. First thing you need to know is that Virgo is ruled by Mercury. It relates to the original 6th house of self-improvement, health, wellness. And you also need to know that the planet Venus is debilitated in the sign of Virgo. So what this means is that expression-wise, these people within their evolution are going through a real adjustment or improvement within this area where they're really being forced to be detailed within their relationships and their relationship towards themselves. This can also be highlighted by tendencies within a past life to be really critical of a partner and insecure within oneself and all of that. So you really should keep that into mind. There is a layer of within the individual themselves where they're going through a lot. Okay, so I'm going to start with this point here. What happens here with Venus in Virgo? Granted that it's not in the 6th house. The 6th house is normally when the individual is quite critical of their partner, or if the aspects are a little harsh. So maybe it's a Venus square Moon, square Mars, something like that. So what I find here is that Venus in Virgo, the sign isn't as critical as people would think, but rather they attract partners who are critical of them. So if you are someone out there dating them, please know that they are a lot harder on themselves than they are on anybody else. Whatever thing it is that you notice about them that can be a flaw, trust me, they are highly aware of it. So I say that to say this is that you want to be mindful of how you critique the Venus in Virgo person, because rather than being a source of healing for them, you can just add to their insecurities and overall turmoil, okay? And this ultimately can push them away. The individual is focused on self-improvement. So the next thing you really want to know is you should be very encouraging. And I would say that Venus in Virgo, from my experience, is very much so attracted to Cancer types, maybe moon in the 7th, moon in the 1st, people who have the capacity to really help them improve and give them a sense of security. So with it being an earth sign, security is important to them. So it's kind of like, even if they themselves may not come off as gentle or needing that nurturing, they do. So it's that type of approach is what really gets them feeling comfortable within a relationship. All right, so be mindful of how you critique them. Remember, it's not what you say, but how you say it. Okay, and seek to be really, really nurturing or moon-like with them. This isn't the most emotional sign, but like I said, that can help them within their growth. Next point I want to make is, on the last video with Venus and Leo, I said it was like, Leo types are like very physical. And I would say what I know from, Virgo types, me being a Virgo moon, Virgo rising, they very much so value quality time and acts of service. Okay, and it's twofold with this. So check this out. Of course, you got to look at where the person's Venus in Virgo falls, what house, right? So if it's a 4th house Venus in Virgo, 12th house Venus in Virgo, the quality time is going to be very important. They're just good, being with you, lounging around, doing, the little stuff, right? Just connecting, being around each other. But if you have a more extroverted Venus in Virgo, 11th house, 10th house, 5th house, the quality time should be productive, because these are people who value efficiency. So with it being a Mercury ruled sign, they very much so enjoy quality time with partners in which they're learning or doing something productive that adds to like that self-improvement. Okay, I give like a great example of this is like, even if it's like a Venus in Virgo in the fourth house, right? Quality time chilling at home may consist of cooking meals together, trying different things, house projects, DIY type of stuff. You know what I mean? So quality time, but make it efficient, okay? Productive. Then the acts of service. This is an earth sign. So the material matters somewhat, but with Venus in Virgo, it's more of a sentimental quality that matters to them. Like it just the little things that show you listen to them or you understand them. Okay, so rather than going to a fancy restaurant, what's more impressive to a Venus in Virgo is going to a restaurant that they've expressed to you has, you know, a deep memory connected to it. Something that really lets them know like you're listening to the details. So these people also tend to have like good memories in regards to certain things. So these are the type of people, if they tell you their favorite color more than twice, it's a problem. You know, it's like, yo, you're supposed to know already. Like I've told you this, remember it. So be more sentimental rather than luxurious. They appreciate those acts more, or just things that add towards what they're passionate or interested about. Okay? And then the last thing, you know, I would say here with the Venus in Virgo. So Mercury ruled, right? With Venus in Gemini, words. It's all about the expression. You can give Venus in Gemini by literally talking. Talking is like word. Like, you know, I'm learning something, or I like how this person is talking. Venus in Virgo likes to talk, but they need to see it. They need to see it. So if you express to them things that you want to do, at some point in time, you need to take those actions towards completing that. All right? So what's the saying? Don't just talk the talk, but walk the walk. Venus and Virgos listening to you and they're like, okay, that's great. But they also want to see it. They want to see the action behind that talk. So, you know, other little things involved with that is like having a steady job, being consistent, but yeah, seek for yourself to help them improve and be constantly improving within yourself. But whatever you talk, you better be able to back it up. All right? So y'all, this is my interpretation of everything that you need to know when dating a Venus in Virgo. If you're a Venus in Virgo or dating one, chime in. Let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you can do so now. Till next time, peace.